Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 11th of November 2022. Thanks for joining me. I want to use the Druidcraft Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about this day. I just want to show you some of these cards. I haven't used this deck in a while. So it's called the Druidcraft deck, so it's very much about that. Celtic, Camelot, all of those kind of things. Let's see what these cards want you to know then. Okay, so the first card is the Four of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Prince of Swords. Oh, okay. So this is a warning. This is saying that on an emotional level, you can choose to pick up a resentment quite easily. And I'm saying that deliberately, choose to pick up a resentment, because the problem isn't in other people, it's in your tendency to look for a problem on this day. The Four of Cups, usually in the regular tarot, depicts a young man sitting under a tree. This disembodied hand comes out of a cloud and it's handing him a cup, but he's looking at the ground so he can't see it. And he's got 3 cups in front of him, which are standing upright, and he's also ignoring those. So it's someone who's become ungrateful, who can't feel all the good things in his or her life, and because of that goes into this place of despair and sullenness and anger and resentment, and possibly even a kind of resentment towards the world and the people who have treated him so badly. It's an extreme version of kind of self-pity and rumination that just goes round and round and round and just doesn't get you anywhere else than this place of despair. It's interesting because sometimes that's outside of our control, but sometimes we can really look at something and obsess about it and create this story in our heads that really isn't helpful and makes us feel horrible. Here we've got someone who's kind of powered out, holding their temple. It's just kind of like, okay, let me keep it together here. I'm so annoyed. We've got 1 cup hidden in the branches. So first of all, this is more like resting. This is someone who's been stressed out, to me, and who's now going into nature to recover. The red cloak is passion. So that's the first thing I'm getting here. If you're stressed, nature, it's a real refuge. It will provide you with a sense of rest. You can decompress a little bit. And the 3 cups are right in front of this person. So it's not like they can miss this. I mean, they're under their nose, literally. One of them is spilled. So the cups is water. That's feelings, connections, relationships, things that make you feel like this is meaningful on a heart level, right? 2 things are good, so there are things to be grateful for. But one particular thing has spilled, something isn't right. And that's what's causing the headache. It's like, oh, if only this would work. This is so irritating to me and it's stressing me out. Also, 1 cup is hidden. Well, it isn't really. It seems to be crammed into these branches though. And this person, excuse me, this person certainly isn't looking at that. These may be difficult to miss, but this could be overlooked, right? So there may be a feeling that something is hidden from you. If only you knew, if only you had the answer, then this could be resolved and you'd feel better and everything would be okay. The message I'm getting is that rather than trying to find the missing piece of the puzzle, accept the way you're feeling, focus on the good stuff, accept that certain things are not always going to work out amazingly, or that certain things are outside of your control. And that doesn't need to, 1, define you, 2, stress you out, and 3, you can do other things that actually lift you up and allow you to focus on the positives, on the good stuff in your life. So that's kind of important here, because when I first looked at this spread, I was like, oh, this is a strong warning, because the message I got was, if you let yourself go into this place of self-pity and woe is me, and no one has had such a hard time the way I have a unique, horrible experience, and no one else will understand me, that kind of thing. That then encourages you to take action that is based on that sense of resentment. I don't get what I want, so I can go out and do whatever I want. even if it harms and hurts other people, because I feel hard done by, so I'm going to do the same to everyone else. And the Prince of Swords is what really confirmed that to me. It's the tendency to get the wrong end of the stick, to come to a faulty conclusion, and then to aggressively pursue that faulty kind of reality. So I would just say with these cards, these two cards in particular, there's a tendency to misunderstand something emotionally. Like if someone says something in passing or as a joke and you really take it to heart and it was never meant that way, or to get the wrong end of the stick when it comes to information, making plans, understanding the real meaning of what someone has said or what they're asking you to do. And you can see his little face here, all determined and angry, and the sword is kind of poised. It's aggressive. The Prince of Swords, also known as the Knight of Swords, is always aggressive. He rushes in and is, says his piece when really no one asked for his opinion. And then when he's supposed to show up and be on time and show his research, he doesn't do it. He's unreliable and he's very extreme in his thinking, and that's what often gets him in trouble. The Six of Wands fundamentally is a very, very, very positive card. It means that says if you pursue your mission, your purpose, you'll have a major success, you'll achieve the mission, and you'll be able to ride back into town and enjoy everyone's adulation and positive feedback. What a great job you've done. But here, because of these two cards, I think it's more about going on some sort of mission. Look at the soldiers in the back. They don't all look that happy. Even though, isn't one smiling? Hang on. I just want to see. Is he smiling? Yeah, he's smiling. He could be. He's not. Anyway, so he's got these guys who are holding these rags there, and they're basically following him. He's the only one on horseback, so the whole journey is harder for them than it is for him. And that's really the theme I'm getting. Like, you feel hard done by, red cloak 2. So to get your power back, you do something that you usually wouldn't do or consider because it's hurtful or underhanded or just not something you'd want to put on the front page of your biography, whatever it may be. But it's really about getting your power back. And it's this desperate attempt to say, I'm going to do something that puts me back on the map. And it's likely to cause more issues than it does provide solutions. Yeah, so you're more likely to step on other people's toes and then to have them step back on yours in retaliation, and it creates this whole conflict energy. I mean, this could seem like a victory lap, but also with these sticks they're holding and the little flag things, it also looks like a war march. So I feel the thing to avoid is getting into conflict, trying to aggrandize yourself to make yourself feel better, because it's not going to work. I think it'll make you feel even worse because you get all these other people who are feeling similarly and who are saying, I'm going to win at all costs even if I'm wrong. It's that kind of unreasonable attitude and you can't even argue with it. But if I were to look at this card on its own, it is a victory, right? And because of the red, I'm saying the big thing that you're able to enjoy on this day is your connection with nature, your creativity. If you're a potter or a florist or an artist or a sculptor or a musician, a composer, it's a great day to express your feelings in a tangible way and to have a major success with that. And if that is your quest, I want to find a way to articulate what I feel, what goes on in my inner world. That's where you'll be victorious and triumphant. And the thing to watch out for, the thing to try and balance out is your perspective on things or the way you receive things. And if you find yourself getting angry or aggressive or riled up, see that as a big red flag and turn to nature to calm down, I would say. But then the gift of the Prince of Swords is that he's able to think outside the box. So that amazing perspective and openness, pour that into your creativity or in your connection with something like nature, something earthy, something tangible that has an emotional response, that will actually give you new ideas for future missions. So there are lots of opportunities here, but it's important not to waste your energy on meaningless, pointless conflict. Number-wise, 4 and 6 is 10, and 1 is 11. 11 is the master number of service. So, big question now. Are you meant to be of service to other people? Or are you meant to be of service to yourself, or both? I feel that please make yourself and finding a tangible physical format for your voice, your opinion, your point of view. Do service to yourself and allow yourself to find that. Second of all, I think it would be important to remember that, yes, you can be of service to people. You help people, people help you. It's a balancing thing, right? And try and make space for some sort of gesture. Like in his case, I mean, it's inappropriate because of the whole, I mean, if he's a genuine king and stuff, he couldn't do this. But just like going from the picture, right? He could say, hey, you guys must be really tired. I've been on the horse for 8 hours. Who wants a ride just to, get a bit of a break? I'll walk for the next 2. That would be him being of service to his soldiers who've put their life on the line for his little Sorry, I'm getting biased. I'm getting resentful towards the king and what he's doing to his soldiers. Okay, so this is already starting for me. So no resentments, be of service, see where you can be considerate, where you can help, and try not let yourself slide off into some emotional abyss, but instead turn those emotions and thoughts into something creative that will then benefit you in return. Yes, okay. So have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.